Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking all about brainstorming for your novel. The first thing you need to do is get a notebook. I actually have three. There's this one, and then I have another one that's maybe this big that I first started using, but I don't use it as much now. Another thing to keep handy at your desk is just index cards. They will save you a lot of time. What I do is I keep them next to my computer, and whenever I have a little jolt of inspiration, I write it down. I normally put the date and just put it aside into this little thing. It's a file. It's one of the file things, but I tape the sides so they don't fall out, and then I bent the top so I can just put as many as I need. Obviously, I've used a few. But this one says Tracker Jacker, Venom, and Hysteria. This is from when I was reading The Hunger Games, and I just really liked the one scene where Katniss gets stung by the Tracker Jackers, and I thought I could use it as inspiration later. So when you're brainstorming, I have my other video on how to start writing a novel. And before you start writing, you need to brainstorm. And I have a brainstorming page for my most recent novel that I've been working on. I'm the smart one that labels it brainstorming. So what I do is just write down a whole bunch of random things. Like, there's a picture of yin and yang, and I didn't even use that in the novel. There's angel wings, lyrics to songs, then a whole list of names and their meanings. And then it continues on. Then I categorize it. Like, the next page is crystal balls, and it's all about crystal balls and how it's going to work in my novel. I find a lot of joy, for some reason, writing down song lyrics. And this is Take It All Away by Red. More lyrics, and then this is What If This Storm Ends by Snow Patrol. I think that's what the song is called. You'd think I'd know, but that's what I wrote it down as. Then there's Numb by Linkin Park, which actually inspired the entire story. Print out things you may need off the internet, like my book that I'm working on right now takes place in New York City, so I printed out a map of the subway, which has been a huge help since I've never been on the subway in New York. Just brainstorm, guys. It's whatever you want it to be. You need to get inspired. What I do recommend doing is write down about each character. For my book Essence, I wrote down her full name, then I wrote her age, which is 15. She has blue eyes, brown hair, and tan skin. And then I wrote down the other hair colors for all my other characters. Brainstorming is, I can't tell you guys how to do it because everyone is different. I enjoy drawing. This is, I think it's an eagle eye. I don't know. I drew it at school when I was bored. If you get stuck, draw, guys. You won't believe how much it helps. But it's your notebook. Write down whatever you want. I have the most random little sentences in here. Then I have stuff about dream catchers, auras, stardust, a black vortex. I wrote down the whole outline of the book, and I don't even know if I ended up following it. What happens to me is I'll be sitting down reading a book, or I'll be on the computer, and I'll get this one sentence, one really good sentence, and I'll write it down onto an index card. And I do that all the time. That's what all these little index cards are. You can grow off of that. You can build up. You can do an outline of your book if you want to. I don't recommend it. Some authors do, some authors don't. You can just do whatever. I always just sit down and wing it. Every day when I go to writing, I have no idea what I'm going to write. I just sit down and start writing. It's going to take you a while to start up, but once you get started and you start writing stuff down, you won't believe how much time passes, and then you look at the clock and you're like, oh, 3 hours have gone by. Brainstorming is your journey. It's your book. I can't tell you how to do it. Listen to music. It really helps, guys. If you get stuck, step away from it. Draw. Don't stress out about it, because then you just won't want to write. You just need to take the time, take a deep breath, listen to some music, lay down, because looking at a blank page on the computer isn't going to help anything. I wish you guys all the best luck in writing your novels, and don't forget to comment below with more ideas and subscribe.